In September 1939, as the world watched with uncertainty the outbreak of the Second World War in Europe, a series of images captured amid the ruins of Warsaw emerged as an enduring symbol of civilian suffering. The protagonist, Kazimiera Kostewicz, a Polish girl barely 12 years old. The photographs and footage were taken by Julian Bryan, an American photographer and documentary filmmaker who arrived in the besieged Polish capital on the 7th of September, becoming the only foreign correspondent in the country, which allowed him to document the devastation caused by the Luftwaffe's aerial bombing. On September 13th, while traveling through the outskirts of Warsaw, Bryan encountered a young girl named Kazimiera, crying beside the lifeless body of her 14-year-old sister, Hanna, who had been killed only minutes earlier by machine gun fire from German aircraft. Bryan managed to capture the moment when the war, abstract until then, became a personal tragedy, and moved by the situation, he approached the girl to embrace her as she sobbed. Later, he would recall that moment as follows. As we drove by a small field at the edge of town, we were just a few minutes too late to witness a tragic event, the most incredible of all. 7 women had been digging potatoes in a field. There was no flour in their district and they were desperate for food. Suddenly, 2 German planes appeared from nowhere and dropped 2 bombs only 200 yards away on a small home. 2 women in the house were killed, but the flyers were not satisfied with their work. In a few minutes they came back and swooped down to within 200 feet of the ground, this time raking the field with machine gun fire. 2 of the 7 women were killed. The other 5 escaped somehow. While I was photographing the bodies, a little girl came running up and stood transfixed by one of the dead. The woman was her older sister. The child had never before seen death and couldn't understand why her sister would not speak to her. She looked at us in bewilderment. At that moment, I could do nothing but hold her tightly, trying to comfort her. This material, included in his documentary entitled Siege, circulated widely in the international press, serving as irrefutable evidence of the attacks being carried out against Polish civilians and influencing Allied public opinion. Kazimiera survived the war, living a quiet life in Poland under the communist regime. In 1958, during a visit by Bryan to document the country's post-war reconstruction, he reunited with Kazimiera in Warsaw. Then, around 31 years old, she posed alongside the photographer, recreating the iconic image of that dramatic moment in 1939. Her face, one among millions of faces of war, embodies not only childhood pain, but also the suffering of a civilian population caught up in total war. Her tears remind us that the conflict began above all with innocent victims.